Leyland,
Here.
Little,
Here.
Trelka,
Here.
White,
Here.
Schwartz.
Here. Please join us in a moment of silence to reflect on today's actions. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have the agenda is received or amended?
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the agenda is approved. Next is public comments. Anybody from the public wishing to speak to the board at this time? I don't see anyone in the room or online. So we will move on to claims and payments.
Morning, James.
Morning, Board.
Morning.
This week's expenses, $446,559.89. The larger expenditure department, secondary roads, $151,682.21. Conservation, $124,520. Maintenance, $19,469, and then Sheriff's Department, $41,694. Everything went down.
One for conservation at the cleanup.
I can check. The cleanup, I mean, more than likely, yes. The cleanup was right around 80,000,
That's what I
so,
thought. Okay. Thanks, James.
yes, you bet.
All right, entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, roll call please, Mr. Veeder.
Leyland,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes. The resolution is approved. Next, we'll receive project updates from department heads or elected officials.
Morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
Kathy Nicholas, County Engineer. Just a real brief update. We are starting our soil stabilization project today on Hammond Avenue, so just north of Schrock Road. We'll be doing that. Our contractor will be doing that work. Probably will be done today. And then tomorrow they will be moving down to Amesboro Avenue, south of Schrock Road, and that will probably just take Wednesday, the day, to complete that work. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. We can get you out there today to see that or tomorrow. And then paving, Aspro is paving, working on Elk Run Road. They are just finishing up Schrock Road, I believe the shouldering this week. And then we're working on Elk Run Road. The first order of work is to base widen it so that we can accommodate a 13-foot pavement width, 26-foot width, entire roadway width in the future. So those things are happening this week. Can I answer any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Rory.
Morning, Board. Rory Gibbing,
Morning.
Maintenance Superintendent. I just wanted to share with the Board this morning some of the issues that we're seeing with regards to our phone system throughout our facilities. I wish I had a better update for you, but we're seeing issues that range from busy signals to just plain ringing to forwarding issues. We're working with both of the major phone carriers that we deal with. We're also working with our contracted maintenance service vendor to resolve these issues. It's very sporadic. What we've seen is when a particular area might start working and then it'll go out again. This has been going on for the last couple of weeks. This is due to the storm that 2 weeks ago Monday in Lynn County. And so I would like to suggest that some sort of press release be sent out just explaining that we are seeing some issues with our phone system, and to maybe put on that release emails for the departments so the public or customers can contact people through email if need to be.
Thought I saw something out there already. Whether it be in
There might have been something from the Sheriff's Department, possibly. I haven't done anything within my department. We sent out an example to the Auditor's Department yesterday of what we thought that might look like, but we wanted to make sure that the board was in agreement before anything was sent
Thought I
out.
saw a little
Yeah, I
further
think.
in the paper.
We got, well, in the paper. I was going to say, I know we got the email from Kim saying, posting it on our website,
Okay.
which we thought was helpful and getting the numbers out again.
So
Okay.
what's the solution then?
We're still working with the vendors. They believe there's a bad switch somewhere, and they're still trying to figure out where that failure is at. So it's, we'll keep sending in our tickets. We do everything by repair tickets with the phone services. We'll keep sending those in and keep pressure on them to get the system back up and going 100%.
So you said it's sporadic, so are there particular departments, though, that are noted?
Well, sporadic to the point that with the courthouse and the Pinecrest facility, the jail's main line, though, has been out for 2 weeks straight. We still have an internal number that you can dial, and which Tony did publicize that on his website, but the published number has not worked for 2 weeks. And so that's kind of been our priority one, but then also the health department had some lines that they rely on with regards to their faxes, that they get information, particularly due to the pandemic. And so both of those are priority. They're all priority areas, but they're all related to the storm.
Are we getting complaints from customers as well, then? Is that what we're? Okay.
Yeah, we all over the place.
Okay.
We've gotten complaints from dealers for the treasurer's department. I haven't really heard of any complaints with the health department other than the employees at the health department saying they're not receiving, necessary faxes, or the jail. We just know that published number is not working, so.
So have the companies been responsive to this, or are we just,
Yeah,
waiting back in line,
the
or-
struggles that we run into is it takes both Windstream and CenturyLink to work together to resolve the issue. And what's happening is, we use the jail as an example. What's happening is the dial tone, the copper line has a feed to it, which is CenturyLink, but then once it hits our facility, it switches over to Windstream. And there's a forwarding function that takes place. That function has been wiped out, and so we're trying to get both companies to work together to resolve the issue. In fact, we've got a conference call later on today with both companies to get them kind of on the same page to try to resolve this issue. But yeah, we're bouncing back and forth between actually 3 different companies, and it's been a bit challenging.
Sounds like they don't know.
Yeah. Is it something you're comfortable with, doing a press release and then maybe sending it to the board, and then if everybody's okay with that or whatever, just releasing it then?
Mhm.
Would you be comfortable with that? And take care of that?
Absolutely.
Unless somebody has a problem with that.
No.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Rita Schmidt, Treasurer. Just informing everyone, tax bills are at the point of being at the print shop here in Blackhawk County. They should be out later this week for sure. The website should be updated hopefully yet this afternoon, and the bills will look basically the same. There have been a few changes on that due to the transition to the new tax software program. So one major change, and I'll mention that, we used to have those that escrowed through their mortgage company requested by mortgage company on the stub, and that is not going to be able to be done from this point on. So there will be no notification on there, so I'm hoping that people will keep in mind that they are paying through their to their mortgage company and not have double payments come through. So that we are going to take care of and do as we need to if they are. So other than that, if there's questions, they're trying to get through on the phone, and a lot of emails asking where the bills are at. But I'll be putting out a public announcement to the papers, like I always have every year. I want to wait till the actually print's going, so we're real close.
Yeah.
What if you get a double payment, Rita?
We have a process on how we're going to handle those. Usually the customer will get it, pay it, and then the mortgage company later in the month wants to pay, and then it only accepts one payment, and it'll kick back to the mortgage company. So, and we're having them work with their mortgage company, get that monies back. So there is a process that we have in place for that situation. So see if that works, and if not, we'll punt and make it something different. So. Any other questions?
Thank you,
Good
Rita.
luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, any other department heads or elected officials today? All right, we will move on to the minutes approved from the August 18th meeting.
move.
Second.
So moved and second. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? It's approved. Next is the consent agenda. This will be a single resolution.
So moved.
Second?
Been moved and second. Anything in the consent agenda anybody wishes to discuss? Hearing none, roll call please. Mr. Veeder.
Little,
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes. The resolution is approved. Next, under other business, this is a resolution that the statement of completion and final acceptance of work for project L-2006 73-07 for hot mix asphalt resurfacing on Pioneer Drive and Union Circle in the Turkey Foot Heights subdivision be approved and direct the chair to sign for the same. And direct auditor to make final payments to the amount of $116,509.07. The total project cost of $116,509.07 as recommended by Catherine Nichols, County Engineer.
So moved.
Second.
Kathy?
Hi, good morning again. I want to spend a few minutes showing you some before and after photos of this small subdivision that we just got done paving with this work. 'Cause it turned out really nice. Turkey Foot Heights is a subdivision in the northwest portion of the county. If you're familiar with that, it's just north of Cedar Wapsie Road and west of Union Road. And there's approximately, there's two roads. There's Pioneer Drive and Union Circle. And there's approximately 21 homes in this small subdivision. And over the years, we've been seal coating the road every 3 to 4 years. It's been seal coated by us. And it's gotten many layers of seal coating now, and you can see in some of the photos here that the seal coating is cracking. It's leading to drainage issues on the edges of the seal coat, in particular along the curb line. Over the years, we've had numerous calls from the residents about the drainage issues, and you can see some of the cracking. Next slide. So it was you can see again, there were some, particularly at the ends of driveways where the driveways would meet the seal-coated road. The water would just erode away some of the seal coat underneath the driveways, and that was worrisome, bothersome for the residents. There was quite a bit of unevenness in the profile and the cross-section of the road, and so our attempt was, one of our desires was to put in a better profile with the roadway. So we put together a small set of plans. Aspro bid on the project as well as Heartland Asphalt bid on the project. Heartland Asphalt was our low bidder. Next slide. And this is the first time we've actually received a bid from them. They're from Mason City. They're an independent asphalt contractor up there. They came in and got to work, and you can see that the contract amount was $123,617.66. We did go with 10 working days. They came in and were very prompt, did very quality work. They finished all the work in about 4 days. And you can see our final costs are about $6,000 less than the contract amount. And I just wanted to show you a few finished slides here. Next slides, Kim. So this is when you first enter the subdivision, you come to a Y intersection. You can go on Pioneer Drive up to the north or Union Circle to the west. And so we're looking up at Pioneer Drive right there. Next slide. And then now we are up at the top of Pioneer Drive, or rounding one of the corners, and you can look down and see a nicer profile of the roadway, a nice smooth road. Next slide. And then this is the smaller of the two roads, or the shorter of the two roads, Union Circle. They both end in a cul-de-sac. This is looking to the west or the northwest. And then the final slide. And then this is, again, you'd be getting ready to leave the subdivision. You can see in the background there's a red pickup truck that's on Cedar Wapsie Road. So it turned out really nice, and we're hoping to, over time, possibly be able to convert a few more of our subdivisions that have seal coat, possibly convert those into hot mix asphalt roadways. They do take quite a bit of engineering, particularly if there's a lot of mailboxes and driveways, of course, and utilities. So those are all things we need to consider, but this was definitely worth it for this subdivision. Can I answer any questions?
How do the residents feel about the final project?
We've gotten a couple compliments. We've had quite a bit of input this whole spring through the process. We've been up there, we put in the county, we replaced several pipes, driveway pipes. There was a pipe at the Y, the bottom of this Y here in the background of the photo. We've done quite a bit of drainage work in the last year, and so I feel that most of the residents have been pretty appreciative of it. So I would definitely recommend that you accept the work.
Kathy, those roads are always ours?
Yes, I mean, as far as I know, that this was accepted into the county system probably
Okay.
in the 50s. Yeah, for 60 years, we've been doing something with it.
Okay.
Before we got to the point of paving, what type of prep work was needed on the roadway, and who did that?
So
They did, or we did?
Heartland Asphalt came in and put a skim coat, trying to level out some of the worst, the most badly rutted or the most uneven areas. Our designer, calculated that we needed 2 to 3 inches of asphalt on the entire surface. A few areas got a little bit more than that, but basically Heartland did the surface preparation before they did the paving the day before.
Kathy, is this one of our larger subdivisions, or is this?
Well, of course, Washburn's the largest
Oh, sure.
subdivision.
Yes.
This is
Smaller.
probably one of our smaller or average ones. We have several
The
that,
20.
like
okay.
Raymar, that is approximately this size. Several that are approximately this
Similar.
size,
Okay.
20.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, we do have a motion and a second. Roll call, please, Mr. Reader.
Trelka,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes, the resolution is approved. Next is a motion that the request for purchase of capital equipment submitted by Catherine Nicholas, county engineer, be approved and direct chair to sign for the same to purchase a 2002 John Deere TC 54H loader in the amount of $58,000 from Callahan Construction, Dubuque, Iowa.
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Kathy?
Yeah, thank you. So did send you a detailed email. So as you know, we did budget $80,000 in the FY21 budget for this, and we discussed several weeks ago about going ahead and being able to make some of these larger purchases in the next week, several weeks. Due to county procedures, we quoted or got quotes from 3 suppliers. Everything's electronic now. You can find all this equipment all over the world, all over the country. We did find 3 suitable machines. We wanted something very similar to the John Deere loader that we have, so that employees could just go between the machines and they would be familiar with the operation. I told you about the 3 quotes that we got. We do like the one that's in Dubuque, because one reason it's in Dubuque rather than Georgia or Pennsylvania, I think the other one was. The one in Dubuque is approximately the same age as the one we have. I think it's a year newer. It was the most expensive at $58,000, but it had by far the fewest number of hours, which we felt was attractive, advantageous for us to get one with fewer hours. Probably would result in less maintenance over time. It did come with a bucket and some forks that were in excellent condition. So I would recommend that we be allowed to purchase that loader.
Is this replacing anything?
No, so when we installed the hoop building at the Elk Run facility, Elk Run and Dunkerton Roads, our maintenance facility there, we put up a hoop building that was as part of the FY19 budget year.
Yep.
So we've had that in operation now for 1 year, and we need a loader at all of these facilities that have the hoop, that store the sand and salt, that have the hoop buildings. So this would reside at Elk Run.
Well, the intention all along was when we put the hoop up, that we were gonna buy a loader to go with it.
Yes, right.
So it won't get much usage either, right?
So we've thought about other ways we can use the loader, but primarily it would be used in the winter season, at least for the majority of what we're envisioning its use being.
So will it be kept indoors when it's not being used?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Elk Run is a 4-bay shop, so it
Okay.
should be able to be,
There's room to keep
Indoors.
it inside.
yeah.
Were the attachments, you mentioned they used to, the previous owners or something loaded snow and swept parking lots. Did it come with attachments then, or is that another?
You're right, so this Dubuque, the seller in Dubuque is from what we could tell, a landscaping, a snow removal business, and they had used it for the 10 years prior to that, just loading up snow and hauling it away. Or in the summer months, they had a broom attachment on it, and they would sweep a lot of parking lots in larger facilities. So it did seem to be in very good condition.
It's been moved and seconded. Do we have any further discussion or questions? All right. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion is approved. Next is the motion, the appointment of Jim Boisier as representative for the Blackhawk County Planning and Zoning Commission be
moved.
approved effective August 25th, with a term expiring in July of 2023. So moved and seconded. Say that Linda and I interviewed both of these applicants, and they both seemed dedicated to doing their necessary research and also to being fair, equitable. So,
Yeah. And Jim had talked with, he knew Pete Beck, who's
Mhm.
currently serving, and had talked with him at length in it, and mentioned though, as we've met him in several meetings that he's been here with his projects, he said he is a detailed person, enjoys real estate, and he thought this was an opportunity for him to give back to the community, and he was looking forward to it if he was appointed, so.
all right, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is approved. Next is the motion that the appointment of Wendy Schaefer as representative for the Blackhawk County Planning and Zoning Commission be approved effective August 25th, with a term expiring in July of 2023.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion or questions?
You want to comment on her at all?
Yeah, no, I mean, she seemed very ddetailed oriented. She's involved in the community as well and has experience serving on different boards and working with people. And we currently has worked for a long time with Crystal Distribution,
Yeah, standard.
or Standard,
Standard
the other half of the family. So, okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? All right, all those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is approved. Next is discussion about Blackhawk County boards and commissions and appointments. It is discussion about the number of vacancies that we have and just a strategy to filling those.
It's yours, ain't it, James?
That's what.
Yeah, I put this on here, It's just merely, where are we at on the P and Z now? We just got the 200, are we short yet?
We're still
We are.
short.
We're 5 of 7.
Okay, so we need 2 there in the
Yep.
Board of Adjustment, we need,
3. Well,
Yep.
and we do have one person
Yeah,
that
we have-
applied, so.
There's
we
been one new
possibly will.
application.
I know we all been working hard on trying to get anybody, I had the 2 on the Board of Adjustments, and by that new law, we had to take those 2 off.
Right.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's tough when the state changes the rules on us and so forth, but maybe the Courier can help out too, that we're looking for people for these boards, and I think there's people that are willing to serve. I think we just got to get to them.
Right.
I don't know what else we could do other than talk about it at the meetings, and
I plan to spend some time this week phone calling people that I know that live in unincorporated areas, and just the people I've mentioned casually but haven't followed up, and so just to encourage them to apply.
Yeah, most importantly is just that we can get people that have a quorum.
so we
And
get a
we
quorum
have-
on the P and Z right now. Do we got a quorum on the Board of Adjustment, right?
We won't till if we interview this person, and hopefully then
Yeah.
everything
Okay,
goes well, then
so
we
we'll be
will.
there.
So that would
Yep.
help, yeah.
But we got to make sure that we get these filled. I don't know what more we can do other than just talk about it more and more.
The person that did respond, she had mentioned that she's responsible for the newsletter of the AAUW, the
Mhm.
University Women. But she said, in addition to that, she was going to talk to some of her neighbors. She's been a rural person, and she thought there might be some, people interested.
You know, is it possible too, when we get applications in for some of the other boards or commissions, that we ask them if we don't,
Serve on something else.
if they'd be serious to
Mhm.
consider another one? Maybe that should be a practice too that we should follow up with.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, any other discussion points on this?
Thanks, James.
All right, all right.
Yeah, thanks, James.
As we move on to discussion, possible board action, to discuss county preparedness for COVID-19. If he said you wish to speak at all today? No, I don't have to put you on the spot, but.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, so far, the schools have reopened. It's been calm, and so that's been good. But we are continuing to progress towards recruitment. HR is really helping us. And so I believe in the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing the interviews to have the contact tracing and our structure set in place. And so we've just been working with the universities and the schools and just trying our best to get them prepared. And we're going to run through some scenarios in case there's situations in the schools and to see what might be some of the gaps that we need to be ready to plan for. But other than that, that's where we're at. Any questions for me?
Right.
I was on campus at UNI yesterday, and it did seem like that while on campus, folks are taking it very seriously, both professors and students.
Yeah.
I think the problem comes in like maybe the 5% of the students that are packing the bars
Yeah.
on the weekend.
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
no, I don't, because I disagree very much with some of the social media characterization that all these students are irresponsible. Because but that's the narrative that's out there. And you look at a population of 9,000 some students, about, there's not 10% of that. There's not 1,000 people on the Hill every weekend, but there's maybe 500. And so that is,
Yeah. Well, some are major.
okay, and so it seems like it is a minority of students that are endangering the health and safety of the rest of the campus, and so those are the folks we somehow have to reach, but I don't know how.
Well, maybe the
How you reach
majority
them.
of students would.
Yeah, we're engaged with the university presidents and also just administration and their student health centers. And like you said, it's my pretty small population, but at the end of the day, we can't control what the students are going to do in the evenings, but we will continue to push those communications out. But overall, I mean, for us on our end, it's really to ensure, again, our data. I did send out a press release for the community to be aware that we look at that information very diligently to see where there's some hot spots and what we need to do. So, yeah.
A small population can turn
Thank you.
into a large population real quick.
Yeah,
Yep.
very much. So
Thanks for.
continue to promote the preventative behaviors. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other discussion related to COVID-19? All right, we move on to any other reports or information from the board?
Just like to congratulate Yolanda Lovelace on becoming a hero among us,
I see that.
and send our condolences to the Jerry Weekly family. And also the second weekend, I think it is, in September, we're going to be having a Vietnam Vigil, which is 45 hours, starting at 3 o'clock on that Friday and running through Sunday at noon. And it'll be run just like we did for the deal we had 2 weeks ago, which was very successful. So looking for Vietnam veterans to come out and pay homage to their fellow brothers that died in the war.
Thank you, Craig. Any other reports or information? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All right, moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All
We have a
opposed?
closed session or no?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll
That's,
do that now.
I didn't want to turn the page. All right, sorry, folks. False alarm. All right. Next is closed session. This is a resolution to proceed into closed session for discussion of strategy with counsel of a matter where litigation may be imminent, where its disclosure would be likely to prejudice or disadvantage the position of the governmental body, or where litigation to occur, and where there will be review and or discussion of records and information which are required or authorized by state or federal law to keep confidential pursuant to Section 21.5 of the Iowa Code.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
White,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yeah, here.
Little,
Yes.
Elka,
Yes.
Burks,
Yes.